from what I understand, it is confusing even to me, and I dive into this stuff pretty deep, but far infrared is almost more for like a detox effect. So like as you're saying, hey, we want to heat the cell up, but we're not photobiomodulating. Even though you're not stimulating the mitochondria, is it like more of a detoxification effect?
Yeah, let me continue to clarify, because that I would disagree with that statement.
Okay.
So the heating, the primary heating wavelengths, the primary wattage coming out of the bulb that heats you, that feels like heat, for Sauna Space with an incandescent bulb that we use, is in the near infrared. And then there's about 45% of the emission of this bulb is in mid-infrared. And so mid-infrared is from 1500 to 3000 nanometers. And then far infrared is a really low energy, long wavelength infrared at 3000 plus nanometers. If you look at our historical experience with the sun, if you look at the sun's emission and you look at its far infrared, it's only 2%. So we have very little historical experience with far infrared. And of course, we don't have any photobiomodulation effect. It does heat us well. It does provide heat, but it doesn't heat up tissue well. So if you want to heat up air, far infrared is really efficient and really good. That's why you can buy patio heaters and other cool outdoor heaters that are far infrared based or far infrared panel. And that's what you want outside, because you don't want to heat your body up so much as heat the air up and make it warm so you can hang out outside. When we're in the sauna and we're trying to do hyperthermic therapy, the goal is absolutely not to heat the air up. Who cares? We want to heat the body up, because the hyperthermic therapy benefits, detox, protein repair, improved cognitive functioning, all these things that are associated with sauna occur based upon a 3-degree temperature increase. So when we're talking about heating the body, near infrared light, because it penetrates 2 to 4 inches, heats you up immediately. So in our sauna, you just walk in, you don't preheat, and you're sweating like crazy in like 10 minutes, and your session is done in 20 minutes. And you can measure that if you check your body temperature, with like an infrared thermometer. It's really accurate. You'll find that you'll achieve a 3-degree core temperature increase in about 15 minutes, which is less than half of the time it takes to achieve the same thing using only far infrared wavelengths. And the reason for that is because far infrared wavelengths are 100% absorbed by water. If we go back to what I was saying before about water absorption starts in near infrared, but it doesn't do it very well. So there's partial absorption. Therefore, near infrared gets in deeper. And we see that in the studies. The deepest penetrating light in terms of biological tissue is near infrared at about 780 nanometers or 750 nanometers, I forget. But anyway, so all we're doing here is we're saying, like, look, we want to heat up the body. The goal is not to heat the air, it's heat the body. And if we want to heat the body, it's going to be much more efficient to use deeply penetrating radiant light to do so primarily. And that's the same reason that farmers have used incandescent heat lamps to heat their livestock for 100 years. It's a more efficient way to heat biological tissue. We don't care about the air. So if we understand that, it's just a matter of what's the most efficient way to heat the body. Near infrared is a much faster, much more efficient way, and the ambient air can be lower. So for people with MS and autoimmune issues who can't handle high temps of a sauna, or even high 160-degree temps of a far infrared sauna, they find our sauna much more accommodating, much more gentle. And then at the same time, of course, we're layering on top the photobiomodulation therapy, which makes it more gentle. Detoxification, doing any type of heat therapy causes a detox effect. You have detox reactions and healing reactions. And so you want to support the cells in the body in this labor-intensive, energy-intensive process that is detoxification. And so we know photobiomodulation immediately gives the cell more energy without any sugar. It causes an immediate ATP release. And all these things help make, the sauna therapy more effective. So we're doing the both together, and I'm kind of bouncing around here. Sorry, Eric, but it's absolutely not the case that far infrared does detoxification and near infrared does not. It's near infrared from 700 to 1,000 nanometers does photobiomodulation. And then near infrared from 980 nanometers to 1,500 nanometers, in this arbitrary end of near infrared we're calling, does heating. And that's most of the heating effect. So you can also heat yourself up and achieve the same effect of a sauna in a hot tub or in, there's many ways to heat the body, even under the sun. There's disadvantages to doing these other things, there's different, practical disadvantages of doing heat therapy that way. But you can also do heat therapy in in a finished sauna, a wet sauna. Forget about far infrared. So there's no far infrared in there, but we're all detoxing, and all these heat therapies where we heat the body up 3 degrees, and promoting a sweat response, we're detoxing and we're getting the HRV benefits after the session and all these amazing things that are associated with sauna. It's just with Sauna Space, it's a faster, more efficient session. And we believe with photobiomodulation being coupled with the heat therapy, we're doing so much more. You know, we're activating so much more in the same 20-minute session.